Annie, hello, hello, hello. I am just so excited to have you here with us. Oh my goodness. So, this is yet another luxury short-term rental doctor show podcast, and it's a live podcast. And what I absolutely love about this, Annie, is our audience gets to interact with us and ask questions along the way. So, it's not one of those like pre-scripted, pre-written, it's happening live. Okay. All the bumps, all my tech issues. You guys get to see it all live, and I am here for it. So, guys, you know the drill. If you are here with me, say hello. I want to see fire emojis. I want to see kissy hearts because we are bringing the heat tonight, and I am going to unlock for you an opportunity to leverage a property you already have and squeeze a little bit more juice out of it. Like, right? So this is my goal. The theme for this month, Annie, is thank you for saving me money, Rachel theme. last month theme was spooky taxes. So we are in the season of thankfulness. We are in the season of gratitude. And I really want to give you guys an opportunity to learn what Annie has to offer, because here's the deal, guys. I don't want to take it lightly that some of you are encountering occupancy issues and some of you are encountering some struggles, but is there a way, is there a way to squeeze some more juice out of your property? Some of you are telling me, I've done everything. But have you done everything? So that is I think one of the big mistakes we entrepreneurs make. We've thought of everything, but have we done everything? So in the spirit of the season of thankfulness, the season of gratitude, I am bringing you something tonight, something really special that I want to share with you. And I think it's going to make an impact on your bottom line. In being savvy with your short-term rental is going to be really, really important. And it's not only something that you can set up now, it's going to alleviate the pressure of finances in the future. So putting in some effort now, being thoughtful about how you're setting up your property, being thoughtful about what the offerings are, understanding the needs of your guests, it is a win-win for everyone. So without further ado, I would love to introduce to you the co-founder and CEO of Host.co. Annie, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
That was the best intro ever. I'm very excited about this whole month. Getting paid and getting paid for your time. Huge theme, right? Huge theme. I'm CEO and co-founder of the Host Co. And prior to that, I was a creative director at Facebook. And prior to that, I was a creative director at Twitter. So I'm a total Bay Area eye roll. I live in Oakland, California, right? I've worked at Google. I've worked embedded at Airbnb, total tech nerd in Oakland. But the whole time that I have been a tech nerd, I have also been a short-term rental host. I've been a short-term rental host before Airbnb existed. I was renting out my apartment in San Francisco on Craigslist.
Whoa, what a throwback. Oh, she said Craigslist.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. I love your house hack. So you are always looking for opportunities to squeeze the juice out. And you kind of have to, right? In California, I'm not going to lie. Y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing rental arbitrage. I mean, I will admit it was a little sketchy on Craigslist when I was saying, yeah, send me a photo of your ID, which means nothing, right? So, pardon me, I've been short-term renting forever and a day, right? And throughout all of that, I've been in the tech world. And I have always said, as is my co-founder, we're spending a lot of time giving recommendations to our wonderful guests, but giving recommendations. Oh, do you know a chef in the area? Oh, that chef's not available. Oh, do you know of another chef? Hey, do you know how we can get picked up from the ferry in this location? Hey, where can we get a massage, right? Oh, I forgot my phone, or the dreaded 1 a.m, depends on where you live. From your very tipsy guest, hey, do you have more firewood, or we ran out of propane at 1 a.m, right? And you're like, I can't believe you thought it was a good idea to text me at 1 a.m, right? But my co-founder and I, who runs a property management company, would always kind of complain about it, right? Like, hey, people are asking us all of these things, and there's this huge operational inefficiency. We're going back and forth where our property manager is again and again and again. No, we don't have that. Yes, you can have this. Look at where you can find this. Hey, we should be getting paid for all of this time, was where we started with that.
That makes sense. So you were solving a problem that you yourself were encountering. And isn't that entrepreneurship, right? We see a problem and we work to solve that problem. And you know what? The more problems you can solve, the more opportunity you have to create a revenue stream. So that is awesome. So when did the idea occur to you that a piece of software could maybe help remedy a lot of these questions and alleviate, honestly, the burden of the back and forth?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of us have experimented with things like this. Oh, I'm going to leave out, I'll leave them one bottle of wine, but they'd like more, they can Venmo me, right? I think so many people that I talk to have said, oh yeah, I've tried to do things like this, but it just doesn't, it takes too much time. It's too all over the place, that kind of thing. My co-founder and I, we about 2.5 years ago built some software. It's very similar to something like Etsy or eBay, right? It's a very simple store. In that store, you can say, I want to sell this, this, and this. Your guest doesn't get the location of that item until after they checked out. So I'm going to hit buy, and then firewood is behind the house to the left, under the tarp, under the thing. Like, it's just not visible, right? Very easy because guests are on vacation. They want to buy stuff, right? And then connecting it to your vendors that you're always recommending as well is the second step that we did. We built this software. We launched it and I was still working at Facebook, by the way, when we launched it. We launched it in 7 rentals in Joshua Tree to see, like, we think this is going to work. We know our guests are always asking us for stuff. Let's see what happens. The first month that we had this live, 40% of guests made a purchase.
Wow.
I literally was like, okay, I'm quitting my job. And we're making this new, much bigger software because people are generally, they're on vacation. They're really primed to spend money.
Yeah,
They have
right. It's a whole different mindset. The budget goes out the door a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different mindset.
Yeah, it is. And we started at the same time looking at, so full service hotels make about 30% of their overall revenue on upsells, right? That includes, food and bev being the biggest, late checkout, early check-in, access to unique spaces, upgrades, a laundry service. They really charge that up. Certainly room service, wellness is a really big part of those full service hotels. And just looking at that, thinking, if full service hotels are making 30% of their entire profit, right, on this, short-term rentals should be too. There's no reason why we can't automate this with software to make it accessible to short-term rentals.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So guys, if you're here with me tonight and you are not leveraging the added services that you have within your property, guys, you are leaving money on the table. And things as simple as, you know what, early check-in, late checkout, that's something they're already asking for, right? But guess what? The bottleneck is us as the homeowner, us as the host. It's like, well, how do I manage that? That's going to be, an extra 13 clicks and an extra 13 steps, and I'm already busy, right? And I think the host code has the answer to that, and I love it. So something as simple as early check-in, late checkout, you have to do no marketing for that. Everyone's asking, all the way to, specialized services. What I love is that you've created something that can encompass all of those things to create that extra revenue. So thank you for that. So I'm going to take just one moment. I want to make sure that we are streaming on all the things. And you know what? Give me one moment. It looks like my Wi-Fi is a little bit.
Oh yeah, now it is. Mine's good. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I was getting the big red box of death. Okay, so I guess we're back. So guys, thank you for your patience. Let me reload and see. You remember I warned you a little bit earlier. I thought the tech gremlins were coming for me. So it says that we are live streaming. So I am looking to go on all the places to see if we indeed are live.
Yes.
And then we shall continue. And I felt like we're on a roll.
Yeah.
Man,
We can get
we're
right back there.
in there. Okay, let me message Christian to see if we're live. Okay. Are we live? Are we live? Okay. Oh no. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. I don't see it. I don't see it, guys. So my restream channel is just completely blank.
Oh,
Let me try to log in one more time. Restarting. You can tell this isn't my first rodeo. I'm like,
I love how you're like, you're so calm. It's the best part.
I know, right? It's like, okay, awesome. I see that we're live somehow. We are live, but where? But where are we? But where are we live? Guys, if you wouldn't mind saying something in the chat and letting me know, I would really appreciate it. I really think we're live. It says we're live. So I'm going to trust the process. Okay. Yuri says YouTube. Okay, so Yuri sees us on YouTube, and we should be live on the Facebook links as well. Good. But they seem to be doing their own thing. So since we're live on YouTube, let me do this. I'm going to let Christian know to go ahead and post the YouTube link for everyone. Thank you, Yuri, for letting me know where you're seeing us. But it says they're sending data and they're streaming to LinkedIn and Facebook and all of the things. Okay, so guys, if you're just joining us for the first time tonight, we go live every Tuesday night with an extra special training. And so tonight, I have a phenomenal guest, an extra special guest, Annie Sloan, who is here with us. Okay, awesome, Katina. Hey, Katina, I don't think we've met. So Katina's watching from LinkedIn. So that gives me a lot of confidence. Christian, I now see you. Yay. So Christian, can you? Yeah, Christian said she's waiting on Facebook. Christian, feel free to drop the link from YouTube onto the Facebook channels. Annie, could you talk to Facebook for me? Because sometimes, lady, look, they be coming for me. Facebook and we have this relationship, and I don't get it. I was talking about linens the other day with a host GPO.
Yeah.
And I got banned for 3 months. We're talking about sheep. I don't know why. They don't know why. No one knows why. And then the marketing team was like, ad dollars. I said, I'm not giving another ad dollar until you tell me what's going on.
Yeah. That is really weird.
Yeah. It is. Weird stuff happens all the time with my Facebook access. So I try to be good, I promise. Yeah, Elena says Facebook did not work. Elena, I know, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so guys, you did not miss too much. I'm glad you're still able to tap in. You guys are awesome, because you know what? I was thinking this week, you know what? Let me just focus. Just everyone says focus on one platform, focus on, yeah, right.
I love it across multiple platforms. I think it's so cool.
It is, but on a night like this where we're sharing this really important information, guys, for those of you who right now you're going through it, right? You may not be seeing the numbers that you're wanting to see with your short-term rental. How do we squeeze more juice out of the property? Some of you are in a position to purchase another property, which is great. Some of you not yet, right? You're in that holding pattern. So what can you do right now to optimize? Right now, we're in a season of optimization. There are a few things that we are doing that's changing in our business, because as the real estate cycle continues to cycle, it does what it does. We're looking looking at different strategies. You know, we are in acquisition mode, but we are optimizing also, because you cannot be okay with just having a meh property. The, you know, the buyer, the guest, the traveler is more savvy than that. Right. So I absolutely love what Annie is bringing to the table, because no one else is talking about this. No one else is really doing this. And it puts you in a position, it positions you as, you know, an elevated host, a professional host. So that's why I'm bringing this talk to you tonight. So for those of you who are just joining us, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your unwavering support. I see all of you, and just Annie, could you talk to us a little bit about host.co, talk to us a little bit about the software? And I would love if we could do a little show and tell. I can share screens, I can put it up. So that would be awesome.
So for those of you just joining and that have joined before, what we do at the Host Co is we enable host property managers to add upsells to their rentals. And upsells are not nickel and diming anybody. We say, don't ever sell a granola bar, don't ever sell a bottle of water, right? But play to your guest needs. What are your guests asking you for? Often they're asking for, where can I find a massage? Can someone come over and cook for us, right? Can I get a mid-stay clean? What about laundry service, right? There are all of these things, late checkout, access to a gym, things like that. Things that full service hotels, said this before, they make about 30% of their revenue on those upsells, right? Wellness, food and bev, extra cleaning, laundry, right? So what we did, so we said the hotel should not be getting all of this money alone. Short-term rentals should also be able to instantly plug in amenities and sell them to their guests. And that means that hosts can sell things that they want to sell on their platform, things that you want to stock in your house. Also, you can connect services that the Host Co recommends. So in now, I think 50 cities, if you make a Host Co store, you'll see our curated list: massage, chef. I think in Joshua Tree, we have Reiki healers, sound bath. We have areas where we have a mobile tattoo artist for your bachelor party, right? Like awful idea for your mom and dad, but amazing idea for those flash tats for you and your friends, right? That are coming. If you're in Nashville, if you're in Austin, if you're somewhere where there's bachelorette party decor that they won't tape on the wall, so they don't bring their own, right? There are so many things that your guests are needing throughout the cycle of their stay, right? And that they're probably already asking you for, and that you can be making money on each of those things. And not only can you be making money on each of those things, you look great doing it. I will tell you why. You look like you're adding a value add. Oh, hey, it's day 3. Are you interested in a mid-stay clean? Morning of checkout, right? Hey, would you like a late checkout? Is there anything else you need from our store? 1 hour after check-in, hey, if there's anything you forgot, if you're someone who's stocking a couple of products on site, let us know. We have a store. You know what they forgot? They forgot their phone charger. They forgot a full-size sunblock because they couldn't pack it in their carry-on. They forgot a sun hat, right? If your guests are always asking you for those things, add them to a cabinet, a locked cabinet, stock closet, 5X them from the price you got them from. Your guests will literally leave a review that says, hey, you really saved my life. Or if you've got Advil and Gatorade, you know, if you're in a party destination or a wedding destination, I mean, I personally would pay $40 for Advil and Gatorade if I had a hangover and I didn't want to leave the house, right? So yes, that is essentially what we do. Is we make it very easy to have a store that is branded to your listing. The store doesn't say, hey, this is a big Host Co store. This says, it's Rachel's Cozy Cabin, right? Or something like that, has a picture of your store, and it has the items that you want to sell in that store. So your guests see it throughout the entire stay. The other thing that it does is it connects your recommendations. So again, if you're always saying massage, chef, late checkout, we have quite a few partners that do extra recycling pickup and extra trash pickup. Because again, if you're having a party and you got 8 things of bottles out there making things look bad for your neighbors, your guests can actually purchase an extra trash or recycling pickup. And again, they're like, oh, it was $50. There's 5 of us here. You know, it's no sweat for us. So what we're seeing is upsells. You're making $100 to $150 more per booking when you're adding upsells, and you're doing pretty much no work because you're just automating those out to your partners. You're automating it to a locked closet, but it really starts to add up if you can do that for every single booking, and you can really identify those 3 or 4 things that your guests are always asking for. I have rentals in Joshua Tree. Pretty much every week, I can not only predict what guests are going to ask, but I can predict when they're going to ask it. right? So you look amazing, and you also create a whole lot of operational efficiencies instead of answering that guest questions 10 times during their stay. Hey, it's 1 a.m. Do you have extra firewood? Hey, where can we find this? Where can we find that? Anything that involves an amenity on site should be in your store, and you should be making money off of it.
I love that. Oh my goodness, Annie, you dropped so many gems there. Guys, let me know in the chat how many of you have already implemented this or you're thinking of implementing this. So if you've already implemented this, say 1 in the chat. If you're thinking of implementing it, say 2 in the chat. And if you never thought about it, say 3 in the chat. Let me know. And I see we're doing good. We're cranking along with LinkedIn. We're cranking along with YouTube. I'm so excited. I see you here. Hi, Andrine. Yuri and Audrina are here. Nina says, live on YouTube and LinkedIn. Nina says, not on Facebook. Facebook is blocking me, guys. They're coming for me. Live, love, play, Pasadena. Hi, live, love, play, Pasadena. I don't think we've met. She says, wait, let me see. She says YouTube as well. Awesome, awesome. Katina is giving a testimonial. Says she got hacked on Facebook. That's her testimonial. And they took all her account, and then she couldn't post her comment for a month. I know. Moni says, I'm glad I didn't miss too much. LOL. I tried all the platforms and YouTube worked for me. You see, Annie, I'm going to double down because this week I was like, okay, I'm all over the place too much, I need to just focus on, just lean into Facebook. So you better tell your people, Annie. So, okay, so I see a lot of 2s in the chat. 2s are, we have a lot of people thinking about implementing some of this. Okay, fantastic. So Annette says, how do you manage equipment rentals? Oh, these are some great questions. And you know what? Everyone's going to have all the questions because I'm already thinking, Annie, what about people stealing my stuff? They said they were going to take 1, but they took 8. Like, what about stealing? What about equipment? What about all those things? So before we go into some of those things, did you want to share screen, Annie, and just give us a little look at some examples as you're answering those questions, or how do you want to roll with this? Because I think this is going to be great. And for those of you who are listening and you're not watching, show and tell is such an amazing part of showing up live and being here on the Facebook platform. So that is okay if you're not able to see it, but we'll definitely work on describing it for you.
Yes. And while this is loading, let's talk about rentals. Rentals are a really great one. So, and I'm, as a host, I experimented, we did this for a full year, experimenting on our own guests. That sounds really weird, but before we put it live to see what is the theft here, how does this work? So I'll share my screen and talk about it. This is what a store looks like to a guest. This is one of my stores. I'm going to take us out of preview mode. About 95% of people are going to see this on mobile because they're going to be looking, they're going to be looking from their phone. They're going to get a link right after they book. We're so excited to have you. If you need anything while you're here, let us know. We have services. We have a store. You can link it. We have QR codes, etc. But most people just throw the link in your automated message and never think about it again. So starting with something like bike rental. So this is an item. All rentals are things that you would have on site. You can connect outside vendors to bring them to the house as well. So you can do that with, if you have a buddy that has bike rentals, or if you know of a shop you're always recommending, call them up and say, hey, we're always recommending you. We'd love to send you sales. I'll put your email in here and it will send them an email. Annie Sloan just rented a bike. She wants it on this day. This is the location she's at. She's going to come in and pick it up. How it works is when a guest makes a purchase, on their email receipt, they get all the information they need. So all the information is effectively blocked until they've made that purchase. So when they make that purchase, they give you their credit card info. They sign a terms of service. As if anything is missing or anything is damaged, you're responsible for it. Currently, we don't cover insurance. So if you're renting out bikes or cars or whatever it is, make sure that you have the insurance. You can also link to your insurance in that email receipt. So you can make sure that they get that and they can sign it, etc. But how that works, let's say I, Annie, say, oh yeah, I want those bike rentals. It's going to tell me, okay, 2 bikes with helmets for the duration of your stay. You'll see the lock code on your email receipt. So you can have those bikes on site locked up. Your guest is only going to get that code is 1234. Bikes are in the garage on their email receipt. Again, they cite in terms of service. Anything is broken, anything is damaged, they are responsible for it. The host co has their billing info, and it is separate from you, which is really great. So you as the host, you're not dealing with any problems. The host co is the seller of record here, right? So, oh, I couldn't find this or I couldn't find that. They contact the host co again. It's unlocking it and making sure that you're not, like, the onus of responsibility is not on you. You've already got enough going on with people saying the plumbing broke, right? We see a lot of people doing really creative rentals. So margarita machine is like $300. You know, you're not necessarily just going to leave it out, but you know, that bachelorette party or that girls weekend, yeah, they're going to throw that in there, right? And they get the unlock. Okay, it's in a locked closet. You know, when they make the purchase, we see things like outdoor movie night with a movie, not only the inflatable screen, but the projector. And that not only is great because you can rent that out. If you left that out, you wouldn't know who the last person was that used it. You wouldn't have a track of, you can rent it for $1, but you know who checked it out. And you can also put in those instructions. You better put it back in that cabinet exactly how it is, or we're going to charge you for it, right? So just a lot of protections along the way of theft prevention. With products, what we always say is you don't need to do a cajillion products. You should be selling 4 products, right? You should, paradox of choice. Otherwise people get really frozen. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Sell the things, again, you know, as a host, what your guests are already asking for or what they run out of on day 3, right? Sell those things to them. Again, don't nickel and dime anybody. Don't sell a Tide Pod, right? But if you need to, it kind of depends on where you're staying too. If you have products on site, some people use a locked cabinet. Some people just use a really out of the way space. Some people put something on the top shelf of their kitchen cabinet in a blank Amazon box, right? Some people have, when they have more of a party destination, they have an acrylic lockbox. So it's really up to you how you want to deal with it. It also, it does inventory management. So when you're running low on something, it will alert you, or it can alert your runner. You know, you can say, alert these 3 people, right? When I'm down, alert my cleaner, because if you're already stocking stuff, whoever's stocking your stuff, oh, we're running low on this, we're running low on this. So that's in-home items. I would say the more properties you have, the less likely you are to do in-home items, because it is, you do stock things, right? You can go to Costco and stock them twice a year. But if you have 30 properties, if we have people with 40 properties, 50 properties, they generally only do the services. So the services that connect to a vendor they recommend or a vendor that we recommend, which again, then you're not doing anything, right? What happens is Annie Sloan wants a massage, and I'm going to click that $200. Yes, I'm going to buy a massage. It's going to give you, we can scroll down here. Isn't it pretty? I'm so proud.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Let's say it's and it looks, we created it so that your guest doesn't have to read anything. What we like to say is, if someone is in a short-term rental, they're either very tired or drunk or both, and they're not going to read a lot. So we've made it so that it is very easy to just hit that plus button, hit the checkout and go. So massage therapy in-house, select a date, and we'll be in touch for hourly scheduling. And then you can do that, or you can just add it here. It's going to ask your guest for a date. I'm in the shop preview, but it's going to ask for a date, and then say, great, you're going to get more information on once you've booked. Once you book, a message goes right to your massage therapist that says, Annie Sloan booked a massage at this house on this date. Here is Annie's email and her phone number. So you can directly coordinate any additional thing you need. What hour, what style, or something catering, right? Charcuterie board. Do you want it vegan? Do you want it, do you want it this? Do you want it that? But it essentially farms that task out to that vendor. And then you make a profit on every single sale. You make about 10%. If it's a host co-vendor, you can make as much as you want. If it's your own vendor, we have people who say, my buddy does a tiki bar by my pool for $200. I charge my guests $400, because that vendor does not know how much you are making. We can pay them out, or you can, they can invoice you, but they have no idea. So you can charge $600 for something and give that vendor $300. It's totally up to you if it's your vendor.
So good. So good. I love it. Look at the charcuterie stuff down there. Scroll a little bit further. You got my appetite going. It's supposed to be Taco Tuesday. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
look at that. That is awesome. Oh, yoga class. And so, Annie, let me ask this, and I'm going to go into the chat to get some questions. So, what would you say are some of the most popular store items that you've seen, just looking at all of the hosts who have onboarded with you?
Top sellers, definitely late checkout, which if you have a property management software, some do that, but we can do that every time. Fresh flowers are a real big one. If you have a vendor who will deliver them, or if you can supply them yourself. We have one host, all he sells is a romance package, and that romance package is chocolates and fresh flowers. He charges $100. I would say 90% of his guests purchase that, right? So, and it's, if you can, your local, you can go pick them yourself, right? And you can do it for $30 or have a runner do it or what have you. Fresh flowers, late checkout, massage are right now our top 3 sellers. And those are top sellers by revenue. We do see a basket of snacks is a frequent seller, a case of water. But we like to say, never sell someone a single snack, right? It just feels so weird. You don't want to seem like you're trying to, get money and leave things for free, right? If you can afford to leave a gift basket, leave it out, right? When they say, oh, where'd you get that local jam? Oh, we've got more in the closet, right? For the next gift basket, but you can buy some. So those are very big ones. I think those are the biggest ones right now. We're starting to see sound bath and Joshua Tree is a big one as well. And then
Say what now?
I know sound bath. Another one that we see that did well during the summer is pool heating.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Pool heating. That is such a controversial one.
I know.
Because that's not something that people expect, right? They don't know sometimes that, that's a thing. I'm from Florida. Pool heating is not a year-round thing necessarily.
Yeah.
So in order to have that going, you have to prepare. You have to let them know ahead of time. And it may take a few days to heat the pool. So it's definitely a thing. So pool heating, that's awesome. And I just love how everything's like in one place, because if I need a pool heater, okay, go through this process, my poor virtual assistant. If it's pet friendly, go through this process, my poor virtual assistant. If it's this, go through this process. Everything is collected in one central place. I absolutely love this. Guys, if you are not paying attention, you're leaving money on the table because we are giving you the hacks to get you going for the next year. And for those of you who are joining us at the luxury short-term rental retreat in Destin, Florida, Annie is going to be there with us all the way from Silicon Valley, live in the flesh, in person. And so this is an activity that I definitely want you all implementing. I need you all to be prosperous 2023 and onward. This is a part of that action plan right there, okay? So for those of you who are not attending, you're missing out. I have 2 spots left. We have an illness that occurred to 2 of our members. So we do have 2 slots left at the retreat. We're gonna have Annie Sloan, Avery Call, John Bianchi, Amy Powers, as well as Ryan Bakey. So those are gonna be the pillars, guys, pillars of generating revenue in your business for the upcoming year. So awesome. Let me grab some questions real quick. So how do you implement? How do we implement? Yuri, great question. Yuri, expound on that question a little bit, because I think Annie shared a little bit of how some of this is being implemented. So as far as the rentals that you have within your property, you say a lockbox, Annie?
Yeah, at my house, I don't use a lockbox. I just keep things in a cabinet that's an out of the way cabinet. And I don't keep that many of them, right? So I don't keep a ton of them. For items that are on site, many people do have a lock on a cabinet. I've even heard of someone who just put a baby lock on it. People can never figure that out. So you got to tell them in their receipt, squeeze the top and the bottom of the baby lock to do that. Some people put things in their sock closet. Another thing that it's a funny one that we've been seeing a lot lately is things that break. So you can put things in your store instead of going through, if you're using Airbnb, the entire process. Who was it? When did they break that thing? When did they lose that thing? You can put it in your store. We see wine glasses, we see bath mats, because it's an instant way to recoup your money and also do a restocking fee. Like charge double, whatever you got it for, charge double, right? And just put it in your store. Makes it super easy for your guest as well. So anywhere where it's kind of shoring up that leaky bucket, right? Of all these little places that you're losing money.
Yes. Yes, I love it. Let's shore up that leaky bucket. Deanna says, how do you keep up with our stuff? How do we keep up with our stuff? Great question, Deanna. So let's talk a little bit more about that, because I'm from Miami, and okay, it can be a little dicey sometimes. And so I have a little bit of a paranoia about me. I worry about things getting stolen, cars getting broken into. Now you're telling me to fill up a cabinet and hope for the best. Annie, talk to me. Talk me off the ledge.
I'll talk you off the ledge. A number of things. First, have a locked space, whatever it is. You probably already got one locked space. You can have, again, a cabinet. You can have a box. And this is for on-site things to sell. If you're in a place that things are going to get stolen in general, don't have things on site. Use services. So services, you're going to make a lot more money also with services. So, having stuff on site is wonderful, but again, connecting to service providers, you're going to make $100, $200 instead of $20. Again, still very great to do it. Your guest, again, only gets the location or instructions for an item on their email receipt. So they cannot access any item until they have paid for that item. Then we have their credit card info. They're signing a terms of service. If anything is missing, you're not there, right? So if they take 7 things of sunblock, you're not there. So it's either, okay, I'm going to have my cleaner take a photo of it. But again, if that's too much hassle, just go with services. Services are going to be a great option for you, or even rentals that are a much larger item and there's one of them. And if it's not returned, that they will charge their credit card for that. I'd also say how people stock right now, people who are stocking stuff, they go to Costco or they go to Amazon and they stock that stuff, right? And then they put it in a closet or an out of the way space. And then they sell, again, a case of water, a basket of snacks, etc. There's another way that you can do that too, is that you can see here things say pre-order on them. So these pre-order things have to be ordered before that person gets there. So again, send a link to your store in your booking. Congratulations, send it before they're there. We have people that put it in their digital guidebooks. We have people in their folio, etc. It's just a web link, right? Those items, let's say it's fresh flowers or a basket of snacks. You can say, great, you want this item. What day do you want it? And you can message that to your cleaner. Your cleaner then knows, or your runner, hey, take it out of the locked closet and put it on the table, right? So your guest has no access to that actual space, but your cleaner or your runner or you do. And not only does it tell you the date that they want that, it reminds you 48 hours in advance. Hey, they really want that thing? We see that's really popular with birthday party decor, right? You can get boxes of birthday party decor, or again, bachelorette party. We see people doing, hey, I'm gonna get a box of colorful wigs and like funny sunglasses on Amazon for $29, and I'm gonna sell it for $150 because it's 5 wigs and like crazy. I know we're not supposed to say Kanye anymore, but like Kanye type sunglasses, right? So you can set that up where your guests have no access to that, and you are the one that's putting that out on the table, or they're pre-ordering it only. That means when they're on site, they won't be able. Let's see if I can show you guys. Actually, let me see. So fresh flowers are a really good example of that. I'm going to say I want to add those to my cart. I'm going to log out. I'm in a preview state. There we go. So yeah, I want those fresh flowers. I'm going to add them to my cart. You will see that right now I have it set at 114 days in advance. I mean, no one should do that. You should be 7 days in advance, 3 days in advance. But I cannot select a date for that item until March of 2023.
So good. That is awesome. Okay, next question is, who sets the price and who pays the vendor?
So if it's your vendor, if it's your recommendation, you set the price. And we can pay out that vendor for you. We have a feature that's coming out very soon, and you can say, I'm setting this price at $300. I'm paying out this vendor $200. You can also choose to have that vendor invoice you if it's someone that's already on your team, right? We have people that are doing that with cleaners. They're saying, just add whatever extra cleanings you do to the invoice, right? And we are going to charge $250. I mean, that's a lot for a clean. And we're going to charge $125 for a clean. We're going to pay our cleaner $100, right? So you set those prices. if you're using one of our services, massage therapist, etc., we set the price. So let's say $200, you are making 10% of that. So you are making $20 for doing absolutely nothing in that case.
I love it. And I'm always looking for passive revenue stream, guys.
Yeah.
So this sounds like it has the potential to be an added passive revenue stream inside of your property. Okay, so next question is, let's see, what's the process of creating the store? How does that look like? How tough is that to do, Annie?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it takes about 2 minutes, maybe even less. You go to the host.co, it says create a store, you put in your email and your, and then it says, great, email password, name your first store, right? It'll drop you off at a dashboard. It'll say, here's some videos if you want to watch them, but you can start putting stuff in your first store. If we go here, I think I'm logged out. I am logged out. Let me log back in. You can make 20 stores and you'll have a dashboard with all of your different you can see these are 3 of my properties here. You can make as many as you want. You can replicate them. You can make your perfect store. And then you can say, copy this store if you've got 5 listings, but it's basically put in your name. It's going to drop you right here. And it's going to say, great, here's a picture of your store. Do you want to add things? And if you're in an area that already has local services curated by us, you're going to have probably 6 items in your store. And you can literally go ahead and share it. Here's the store link. Just add it to your automated messaging and you are literally done if you don't want to use any of your own services, or you can start adding your own products here as well.
I love that, Annie. So can you show us again the link? So you have that link, because that's going to tie into the next question. How do you share the store link? So that's tripping some people up. So you have that share button right there. Okay. And then you can copy that message or just go to the store link. Nice.
Yeah. So we even have it. Thanks so much for staying with us. If you need anything before you arrive or while you're here, we have a store. And there's that link. Or you can just share the store link. And you can put that in any automated messaging. Again, we suggest, after they book, hey, we're so excited to have you. Your guests knowing that you have a store is a real value add. They're not looking at this like, oh, they're trying to get money from us. It's not the brochure next to the bed that says, here's the mattress we used. Do you want to buy it? Which is wonderful. I mean, I love that. I love seeing the decor and being able to buy the decor. But this is something that actually makes it seem like you have a concierge, right? That you're doing all this extra stuff for them, right? Yeah. So putting it in your link, we do have QR codes that are really beautiful that people put in there. We have lots of different types, designs.
Give me 1 second. I want to pin you real quick. Let me see so that we can see that. Can you guys see it? So it says you are pinned.
Oh, here,
how do I make you bigger? Let me remove the pin and I'm going to pin you again. There. Oh, wow.
So, and we have lots of these. You can do QR codes anywhere you want them. You can put a QR code anywhere you want, but we do suggest just putting it in your automated messaging. So you literally set it and forget it. You set it and forget it. And again, if you're only using services, you never think about it again. If you're stocking things, which I love because I love, oh, they have s'mores kit. Oh, they have extra firewood. Oh, I forgot my phone charger and I don't want to share it with my partner all weekend, right? Those become, even if, I like to say, even if you forgot to refill the soap, if you have a phone charger, you can sell them. They're going to still give you a 5-star rating. That's what I like to say. So.
I love it. Good stuff. Guys, thank you so much for being with us tonight. You guys have so many wonderful questions. Keep bringing in the questions. Keep dropping them in the chat. This is awesome. Okay, so next question. Okay, so Yuri, you saw that with the store link. Moni, thank you so much for joining us. She says, what's the process of creating the store? So we saw that. Great. Let's see. Moni's asking, are we able to use the same link for all the properties, or does each property needs its own link for the store? That's a great question, actually. Moni's getting into the operation side of it, I see.
I love it. So you can have one store for your entire city. We have midterm stay apartments that have several thousand apartments, and they use one store. It says, this property management company, Minneapolis. That works really well if you're only doing services, because what it does is it essentially brokers that service out to your vendor. Your vendor has to confirm their location, which they should be doing anyway. So can you confirm your final location for this massage, etc.? That vendor has all of their information. So again, if you're only doing services, very easy to have one store for 20 listings, right? If you're selling products or you have on-site rentals, you're going to want a store probably for each listing, like bikes, right? Bikes are in the garage, code is 1234, unless you're very consistent. I have 5 sets of bikes. They all have the same code, right? We also do inventory management. So if you are selling items on site, then you probably want your own store, because it's going to tell you when you're down to 1 phone charger or sunblock, right? But we see people doing it both ways, right? Especially, again, if you're only doing those services and you have your own vendors, or you're just using the host coast vendors, it's fine to do one store. You are going to see all your sales. So I'm going to show you what this looks like here. This is, I think, one of our promo stores. So you're not going to see, you're going to see all your sales. You're going to see, the really cool thing is, if you want to remarket to direct book your guests, you're going to have all of their email addresses. And especially you're going to have the email addresses of not only them, but also the other people that are staying there, right? If they're all ordering stuff, you're going to see your signage, lots of different signage to choose from, should you want to put it in a guest book or guidebook, and then back to your products.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Good stuff. So Annie, this isn't going to be for free, right? So are we splitting the revenue that's coming in half and half with the host code? Tell us what we should expect there as far as how much does it cost to leverage this amazing product.
So it is free to start a store, to have a store. How we make money is we get 7% of a sale. So you sell a $100 blanket, we get $7. And then we charge a convenience fee to your guests, which is 8%. And that all of that covers all of the Visa transaction fees, which are minimum 3%, depending on where you are, right? 3%. We take care of all the sales tax, all the remittance to every state, all of the tax reporting for anything at the end of the year. The other thing that this covers is, if you have a short-term rental, if you start selling stuff in your short-term rental and you're selling it, it changes your tax status. I mean, I know you just had a huge tax month, right? It's a different business. So what we're doing here is also saying, we're the business, we're the seller of record. You're just putting this, you're just being the broker for this transaction. So it keeps everything very, very clean in that circumstance. And again, I have never had yet, I'm sure it'll happen, a single guest complain about 8%, they're on vacation, right? So you're keeping 93% of the transaction, and otherwise it's free. We don't charge anything to hosts.
Love that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see if there are any other questions. Okay, not seeing any more questions, guys. We've got 10 minutes to go. Let me do a quick plug again, guys. The luxury short-term rental retreat. Let me share with you a few things. Feel free to keep dropping your questions in the chat. This is your opportunity to get your questions answered, because this is such an amazing way to generate more revenue, okay? Like I said a little bit earlier, Annie is going to be with us live and in person and in Destin, Florida. Oh my goodness, beautiful Destin. So let me show you guys a little bit about what we have going on. So it's the luxury short-term rental investor retreat. I call it the next level luxury short-term rental investor retreat, but nevertheless, I'm also calling it a wellness retreat as well, because we're going to kind of break away from the norm. We're going to be staying together. It's a small, tight-knit group. I wanted to keep it that way just so that I can have some one-on-one FaceTime with each and every one of you. I think that is so important. This is our inaugural event. We are going to be doing this year after year, and I actually want to up it to twice a year. This is something that I've really honestly have dreamed of. I said 10 years from now, I'm going to have a luxury short-term rental retreat where I can share with others, especially burnt out medical professionals who are overworked and underpaid how to just kind of take a step back, take a breather, relax, but also learn how to get into the luxury short-term rental space. If you and I haven't yet met, just know that that is a passion of mine. And I'm just super excited to have some members in the audience who are going to be there with us. I know, Annette, you're going to be there, and I can't wait for what you have to share. Annette's actually going to be sharing the top 5 mistakes that new short-term rental hosts make. And she is an operations just amazing expert. She has just really run with the information that she has and created such an amazing portfolio of properties where she's helping other hosts to leverage those operation skills to really not only host, but make their lives easier, because there are so many unknowns when it comes to hosting. Each reservation is different, but having the preparation is key. Like I said a little bit earlier, we're going to have Ryan Bakey, who is a tax expert, who's going to show us the ins and outs of the taxes, of the benefits that are there. And there are so many great benefits for short-term rentals, because here's the deal. When you're generating revenue, and we're about to generate some more revenue with these stores, right? So when you're generating this type of revenue, you know, Uncle Sam wants their cut, and I'm willing and I'm happy to pay the amount that I'm supposed to pay. But if there are loopholes, or if there are ways that I get to keep some of it too, look, I'm here for it, okay? Because you're putting in all that work and generating all that revenue. The purpose is not to just pay it all to Uncle Sam, right? And so I have seen that time and time again. Those who are generating a lot of revenue with their short-term rentals, they turn around and they have to pay a lot of taxes. So this is going to be such an important thing to implement in your short-term rental this year and over the next several years, as we are leveraging what's called bonus depreciation. Not only does it help you with your current short-term rental, but it's able to leverage against your W-2 as well, okay? So we have our design coach, Amy Powers, who's going to be there with us as well. And we're going to do a design tour, which I'm super excited about. John Bianchi, he is going to be going over market analysis. You know, the tides have changed. We're seeing a lot of changes in the market right now. And we're going to be analyzing properties down to the penny. We have the infamous Avery Carl from the short-term shop. She is going to be there on site sharing information on how to up-level your short-term rental portfolios. So she's an expert in the acquisitions. She's a realtor, and she has written the book, Long-Term Rental, Short-Term Wealth. No, Short-Term Rental, Long-Term Wealth. Oh, me and my ad-libbing. Oh my gosh. So super, guys, you just have no idea how excited I am to bring this to you all. And of course, the amazing Annie Sloan, who is going to teach us how to create an extra revenue stream in our property. Talk about passive income. You know, short-term rentals, everyone, you know, tries to market as passive. It ain't passive, okay? But these revenue streams that you're creating, if you set it up appropriately and correctly, it can be a passive revenue stream inside that one property. So imagine that while others are talking about, well, I'm only making this, I'm only making that. Did you do everything? Did you do all the things to optimize your property? 9 times out of 10, they have not. And so not to, you know, I'm not trying to troll anyone, but you know, that's the truth. So here's the info, guys. Here's the scoop. The retreat is 4 days. It's really 3 days. It's from the 1st to the 4th. So we depart on the 4th, I will say. All right. It is in person, unlike no other. Highly curated. I just told you who the speakers are going to be. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I am surrounded by some of the best people in the industry. And I'm just so grateful that they are going to be speaking at this retreat. So really tight knit. We're going to have no more than 40 attendees, okay? It's a rare opportunity. Not only are we going to go over these pillars that I'm sharing with you, but it's going to be hands-on. It's going to be actionable, because I want us to hit the ground running for 2023. I don't want any late stragglers in 2023 at the last minute. It's like, I'm trying to buy a property now. No, let's hit the ground running, okay? And not only are we going to hit the ground running, we're not going to put out there a meh product. We're not. It's all about how do we elevate? How do we simplify our lives, right? how do we leverage and level up our short-term rentals? Those are the 4 pillars, and they're exactly what you need to really make your property stand out from the crowd. Because when you're in the top 10%, you can recession proof your business. Okay. When you're in the top percent, you are not beholden to everything that's swaying in the current economy. I mean, there's global issues, there's so many issues out there, but everything is figure outable. And this is how to do it, to surround yourself with the top industry leaders. And you see, I'm bringing in the heat, and we want to elevate your experience, leverage the opportunities you have, level up your current and future opportunities, and simplify your workflow to maximize profitability. Simplicity scales, right? So remember that. And we're going to have a segment on the midterm rentals, which is also very important as the climate changes in some markets with short-term rentals. And that's an area that I'm very, very much loving these days, especially with the insurance midterm rentals. Okay. So ticket price is $3,500. Paid in full, or 3 months of $1,200. And that is for VIP, guys. We have 3 slots left. That is actually, no, not 3. They're going to come in. We have only 2 slots left. So definitely reach out if this is something you're interested in. Go to hello@shorttermgems.com, hello@shorttermgems.com. VIP ticket, you get full accommodations, room and board, luxury accommodations. Must be 18. You can have a spouse come with you or a partner come with you. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, charcuterie tray, transportation, trainings, exclusive VIP STR tour. The swag, I'm not gonna lie, the swag is real, okay? The swag is real. We are gonna have an hour-long mixer with the experts, and we're gonna have some, I'll warn you, this may change some of your mind. We're non-alcoholic, so it's gonna be some mocktails, some organic mocktails up in the house. And of course, you'll have access to me and some members of our community that are crushing it. So I would love to see you all in person. Unfortunately, we do only have 2 tickets remaining. So holler at me, let me know at hello@shorttermgems.com and email me there. And with just 1 minute left, let me just give you a couple more announcements. Black Friday sale, we'll be announcing our Black Friday bundle sale next week. We've got some really great goodies for you. And for those of you who attended last week's call and you wanted the shopping kit, text KIT to 844-799-0139. And if you attended the call prior to that and you wanted the tax spreadsheet, text tax to 844-799-0139. Christian, please put those in the chat for me when you get a chance. And I so appreciate you. So Annie, I'm going to take one more look to see what questions we have. And thank you so much for your patience as I went through my announcements. I can't wait to see you, Annie. Oh my God.
I can't wait.
Oh man.
And now I'm even more excited after seeing all the photos. I'm so excited.
I know. It's going to be amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm bringing in all of the heat. I don't see some of the stuff that I had earlier, so I'm hoping that I'm still live streaming. I must be. It's all good, Annie. My people are just so awesome. They're phenomenal. Okay, there it is. All right, so let's see. Would love more info on this event. Awesome. Alexandra, feel free to email us at hello@shorttermgems.com and we'll connect with you to give you some more info on the event. Would love to connect because we do, everyone who attends, I'm going to be honest, we do interview because we're protective of our community. I'm not going to lie because there's got to be a whole vibe. So, and I am vibing with each and every one of you as well. I love the design in the property. Who is the designer? Oh, that's a great question. Which property are you referring to, Moni? Let me know. It's probably the property for the event. Let me know in the chat. Awesome. Okay, so guys, that is all we have for you tonight. For those of you, again, we haven't met, it's interesting, Annie, I'm seeing a lot of different names and new people in YouTube. So I cannot thank you enough for connecting with us tonight. So hello. Again, thank you for joining us. We have over 20 viewers on YouTube right now. Just super, super excited. So for those who haven't met me, again, my name is Dr. Rachel Gainsborough. I am a healthcare professional by day, pharmacist by training, real estate investor by night, operating in the luxury short-term rental space. And my goal is really to come out there and help busy and burnt out professionals who are overworked and underpaid, how to create just one or two luxury short-term rentals, because that's all you really need to really make a drastic impact on your life. And so that's a little bit about me. Annie, could you just give us an outro, tell us, tell those who came on late a little bit about you, and then let us know how to connect with you to really learn more about the Host Co. and how to sign up for that.
Yes. So a little bit about me, longtime short-term rental host, longtime tech nerd. Those two things came together to create the Host Co., where you can instantly plug in upsells to your rental. We have hosts that are making $1,000 a month per listing extra by adding upsells almost completely passively to their units. You can get a store at www.thehost.co. And when you sign up, there is a little promo box. If you write in short-term gems in there, you will get $30 back after your first sell to your guests. So I can't wait to see you try it. I can't wait to see you try it and then see you in person and hear how it's going. The other thing.
Yay. Short-term gems, guys. You get $30. Look, every dollar counts.
Short-term gems.
Short-term gems. Every dollar counts. Christian, my dear, Christian is my ride or die. Christian, short-term gems is the code, okay? Let's add that there for everyone so that they can get that benefit. Annie, I cannot thank you enough for your time. I can't thank you enough for flying all the way from Silicon Valley to come and join us in person as we set up our stores and generate more revenue and passive income for 2023. Thank you, massive thank you for creating this product and the solution for us hosts, and all the best to you.
You too. Thank you so much for having me, and I will see you all in like a week and a half. So
yay.
Bye, everybody.
All right, bye-bye for now.